Ilia Topuria,
Why?
because he's a fake.
Wow. Why do you say that?
I mean, on the real life, he behaving different. On the camera, he's talking shit and like completely different guy.
You don't think he owns that jet?
Oh my god! No way he owns that jet.
Why not?
You know how much cost that jet?
No idea.
Approximately maybe 20 mil.
I don't like Arman Tsarukyan that much, you know. I don't have nothing against him, you know, but to be honest, right now, he is the guy to fight.
Ilia Topuria is fake. His jet is fake. His entire lifestyle a facade. That's the explosive claim for one of MMA's most intense rivalries. Arman Tsarukyan didn't mince words, calling Ilia a completely different guy off camera, talking shit and presenting a false persona. This isn't just a fight, it's about exposing what Arman sees as a constructed lie. The lightweight division boils over as this personal attack just poured gasoline on the fire. You won't believe the details Arman dropped about the champ's theatrics.
But do you think eventually you will get the Islam fight? And can I just ask, which one means more to you? Just the opponent, beating Islam or beating Ilia?
Right now, beating Ilia.
Even though the history is with Islam? You have more of a history with Islam, right?
Yes, I do have, but he moved to 170 and he's not going to come down anymore.
Okay. Who would mean more in terms of beating? Like, who don't you like more?
Ilia Topuria,
Why?
because he's a fake.
Wow. Why do you say that?
I mean, on the real life, he behaving different. On the camera, he's talking shit and like completely different guy.
The fake accusations escalated. Arman attacked Ilia's image, mocking his flamboyant displays. From El Matador to El Pato and now to El Patatico and El Panoche, Arman suggested Ilia's public persona has dramatically fallen off. He highlighted a carpet with Ilia's name as a symbol of this fakery, asking how anyone could proudly display their name for people to step on. This isn't just trash talk, it's psychological warfare, aiming to dismantle Ilia's curated brand.
Arman is very, he's very vocal about wanting to be next, to fight for the belt, to fight Ilia. Do you think he should be next?
Hey, Ariel, you know me, you know, I don't like Arman Tsarukyan that much, you know. I don't have nothing against him, you know, but to be honest, right now, he is the guy to fight for the belt. I think with the performance that he had, and if you watch his record on UFC, like he only lost to Ganra, and that was a very hard fight. There was a split decision, if I remember. Maybe I'm mistaken, but there was a close fight, and then he lost to Makhachev on his debut, like with very short notice. So the guy against Joel Alvarez, he did a very good job, and now he beat Charles. Was a split decision too, but after that one, I think he's the number one contender. I think he should be fighting for the title next.
But the most shocking claim? Arman believes Ilia doesn't even own his publicized private jet. No way he owns that jet. Tsarukyan declared, estimating its value at a staggering $20 million. He stated Ilia couldn't possibly be making that kind of money. This bold challenge questions the financial legitimacy behind Ilia's extravagant lifestyle, implying deception beyond mere showmanship. It rips a hole in the illusion Ilia projects, suggesting his wealth is as manufactured as his tough guy image.
I think there is no doubt. Like if you're trying to see who is the best contender, I think right now, with no doubt, is Arman, you know. I think UFC is not going to have any option to put Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is number 5 right now, but let's be honest. He just beat Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, and I don't even remember who, you know, somebody like Bobby Green, and he's number 5. Doesn't make any sense to put Paddy Pimblett to fight for the belt right now. And even Justin Gaethje, you know, he won his last fight, but he lost to Max Holloway before. I think, no doubt, Arman should be fighting for the title next.
Arman's animosity runs deep. He wants to beat Ilia Topuria more than Islam Makhachev. Despite history with Islam, Tsarukyan's desire for vengeance against Ilia is personal. He explained Islam moved to 170 pounds, making a rematch less likely. The true driving force is the profound dislike Arman harbors for Ilia, believing Topuria is inauthentic. This isn't just about a belt, it's about a deep-seated grievance that fuels his every move.
Bro, how you can beat like a number 12 or number 13 and became number 5? I was beating everybody in our division. I beat like 5. I was on the 5 or 6 win streak to get in top 15, you know? And like, this guy just beat 6 people and like, he's number 5.
Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria has his sights set on Islam Makhachev. Ilia revealed ambitious plans to fight Islam for a special catchweight pound-for-pound style title. He suggested the UFC might create a new belt for this showdown, perhaps after one more fight or a summer move-up. This vision for a super fight bypasses contenders in his own division, signaling Ilia's confidence. The stakes for this clash could redefine both men's legacies.
I'm not rich like Ilia Topuria flying private jets always. Like put Topuria nickname under the carpet.
Yes, I saw that. You don't have that?
I don't have jet. You're supposed to have jet, not fake like he did, like fake carpet with his name or last name. And like, even how you can put your last name on the carpet and everybody like stepping on that thing.
You don't think he owns that jet?
Oh my god. No way he owns that jet.
Why not?
You know how much cost that jet?
No idea.
Approximately maybe 20 mil.
Serious?
At least 20 mil.
You don't think he's making that kind of money now?
No way.
Ilia didn't just call out Islam, he called him boring. Topuria criticized Makhachev's fighting style, specifically citing his last performance where Ilia felt JDM offered zero resistance and Islam fought his super boredom game. He emphasized his commitment to entertaining the audience, a stark contrast to Islam's perceived focus solely on winning without caring for the spectacle. This critique adds another layer to their potential rivalry, turning it into a clash of style.
Pero bueno, vamos a ver, a lo mejor hago un combate y después en verano hay alguna fecha en la que sí que me dejen subir de categoría y pueda pelear por el tercer cinturón, o se cree un nuevo cinturón llamado el Pound for Pound en un peso pactado en donde nos encontramos los dos y peleamos por ese cinturón de libra por libra. Así que vamos a ver, hay muchísimas opciones, como siempre. Vamos a ver lo que depara el futuro.
Ilia isn't alone in his assessment of Islam's boring style. Nate Diaz previously echoed similar sentiments, openly questioning Makhachev's #1 pound-for-pound ranking. Diaz felt Islam hadn't defeated anyone truly impressive and described his recent fights as dull and unremarkable. He even went so far as to say Islam's name shouldn't even be part of the top pound-for-pound discussion. This shared critique puts immense pressure on Islam to deliver more exciting performances.
Bueno, Islam ahora se ha convertido en campeón de peso welter. La verdad que me decepcionó muchísimo su actuación, pero más que su actuación, la que me decepcionó más fue la actuación del campeón pasado, de Jack de la Madalena. La verdad que lo vi poniendo cero resistencia, lo vi como que con cero ganas de realmente estar en el combate, ¿no? Islam finalmente hizo su trabajo, lo que siempre hace, pelear súper aburrido, le da igual el público, que no es la forma en la que yo veo y me proyecto en este deporte, porque yo siempre apuesto para entretener a todo el mundo, de que la gente cuando invierte su tiempo, sus recursos para ir a verte, que realmente estén contentos de la inversión que hacen.
Not everyone agrees with the boring label for Islam. Tony Ferguson, for one, expressed deep admiration for Makhachev's record, believing Islam is now stepping out from Khabib's shadow, building his own formidable legacy. Ferguson explained that Islam had respectfully stayed in the background for a long time, out of deference to his coach and family, but now circumstances have allowed him to shine as his own athlete, focused solely on his present achievements. This highlights the triumph of Islam's individual journey.
For sure. What about Islam? They just throw that. They just throw Like that. He's been there for like 2 minutes and he ain't beat nobody that's great. Oh. And they think I'm is hating, but I'm like, that's because we got our differences. But there's that I seen that I'll just remember forever. So when you get that like that and you got whatever Islam did, and it's like that don't even match. Like I ain't seen nothing from them. I can't even remember anything but getting bored in all them fools' last fight.
Tony Ferguson even humorously added that a short time training at his own academy would make someone better than Dadashtan Russell's any day. This playful jab at the renowned Dadashtani wrestling culture, known for producing champions like Khabib and Islam, underscores Ferguson's confidence in his own unique approach to martial arts. It's a classic Ferguson moment, blending respect with self-promotion, stirring the pot just enough to keep the conversation lively.
Do you think that Islam already surpassed Khabib's legacy now that he was lightweight and now welterweight champion?
Well, I think when Khabib's dad was there, I think his cousin was in the shadows, not wanting to pass him, just because out of respect when it goes into like your teacher and your coaches and certain things like that. I think when everything was all said and done and Khabib retired and the family things and so on and so forth, that he finally had his time to shine. I think he's his own athlete. I don't think he really concerns himself about Khabib or anything else that what he's doing. I think at the end of the day, I mean, we're all athletes when it comes down to it. We're trying to pass it and pay it forward to the next generation of athletes. Yeah. But I tell you what, 1 or 2 years at Tony Ferguson's camp in the academy and you'll be better than Dagestan wrestlers any day.
Renato Moicano, despite not being a huge fan of Arman, firmly believes Tsarukyan is the guy to fight for the belt right now. Moicano acknowledged Arman's impressive UFC record, pointing out his only true losses were a very close split decision against Gamero and a short-notice debut against Makhachev. Moicano highlighted Arman's strong performances, including a recent win over Charles Oliveira, concluding that based on this consistent run, Arman should absolutely be next in line for a title shot. This peer endorsement speaks volumes about Arman's credentials.
Ilia Topuria is the best fighter right now on the lightweight division, and it's going to be tough, you know, to beat Makhachev because Makhachev has a game like that is very boring, but it is what it is right now. Like it's very hard to beat Makhachev, and I think even on the pound for pound rankings because the like 2 belts and all that stuff. But to me, Ilia Topuria is the best fighter in the UFC right now. Like, if you talk about striking and grappling wrestling, Makhachev might be better on the grappling wrestling, but Ilia Topuria is a knockout artist and a grappler and a submission artist. I think he is one of the best, and he definitely could be the greatest of all times. I think Ilia Topuria has everything together, you know.
Moicano took aim at the controversial lightweight rankings, specifically questioning Paddy Pimblett's position in the top 5. He couldn't understand how Paddy could be ranked so high, especially given his recent wins were against fighters like Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, and Bobby Green. Moicano argued these victories simply don't justify such a lofty ranking, particularly after Paddy's loss to Max Holloway. For Moicano, no doubt Arman should be next for the title, dismissing Paddy's contention as ill-founded. This criticism points to a perceived bias within the UFC.
Do you think if he moved up to 170, as he is saying he wants to do very soon, he can win at 170 and beat Islam over there?
I don't know if he can beat Islam. I think that would be very hard, especially him being that small. He's not big even for a lightweight, you know. But I don't doubt him. You know, a guy that knocked Volkanovski out, knocked Max Holloway out, knocks Charles Oliveira out. I think he could possibly go to 170 and beat Topuria. He will not be the favorite for sure. He will be the underdog. But if he does that, he's the greatest of all time, no doubt.
Arman Tsarukyan criticized the lightweight rankings, echoing Moicano's sentiments about Paddy Pimblett. Tsarukyan highlighted the absurdity of Paddy jumping straight into the top 5 after defeating lower-ranked fighters, contrasting it with his own grueling path. Arman revealed he had to beat several opponents and go on a 5 or 6 win streak just to reach the top 15, while Paddy seemingly needed only 1 or 2 wins to crack the top 5. This stark comparison fuels the narrative that Paddy is being unduly pushed by the UFC.
I think Paddy Pimblett's fun. I think Paddy Pimblett has a bright future in fighting, But I believe that the two best lightweights in the world, if Islam Makhachev is now the welterweight champion, it's Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria, bro. And that's not even in question anymore. I thought that Paddy Pimblett getting in the octagon after Ilia won the belt was, to me, it was a little bit odd because I didn't feel like him beating Michael Chandler should have warranted him being in that spot. I thought that the biggest issue would be trying to do away with the images of Paddy in the cage with Ilia.
Arman believes he has unequivocally earned his position, stating, "I just proved that I'm the #1 contender, and I showed everybody again that I'm the real deal." He proudly recounted his progression from the top 15 through top 12, 10, 9, 5, 3, and now back to #1, insisting he deserved every spot. Tsarukyan views this consistent upward trajectory as irrefutable proof of his merit, asserting that the UFC now has no choice but to give me the title fight. This declaration solidifies his claim as the rightful next challenger.
Tsarukyan last weekend. Bro, he's big, he's strong, he can really wrestle, he can strike, he can do just about everything, and his top control is what's a real issue. And I believe that's the problem. That's the scary thought for anyone that are Ilia Topuria fans. Because if there's anyone that could replicate that game of Makhachev, or at least to a
Meccano, however, expressed reservations about Ilia's proposed move up to welterweight. He admitted he's unsure if Ilia could truly succeed at 170 pounds, noting Topuria isn't a particularly big lightweight. Despite these concerns, Meccano stated he doesn't doubt him completely, especially after witnessing Ilia's devastating knockouts of Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira. Meccano believes Ilia would undoubtedly be the underdog at the higher weight class, but if he manages to win there, it would instantly cement his legacy as the greatest of all time. Fans widely agree Ilia Topuria should first defend his featherweight belt against top contenders before considering any moves up in weight. Daniel Cormier strongly echoed this sentiment, asserting that Arman Tsarukyan is the true top contender for Ilia. Cormier believes that with Islam Makhachev moving up, the two best lightweights in the world are unequivocally Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria, calling it not even in question anymore. This consensus among fans and experts further intensifies the pressure on Ilia to face Arman next. Daniel Cormier also found Paddy Pimblett's octagon confrontation with Ilia after Topuria won the belt a little bit odd. Cormier felt Paddy's win over Michael Chandler, while significant, certainly didn't warrant him being in that spot to challenge for the title. This observation from a former two-division champion further reinforces the idea that Paddy's presence was out of place and potentially driven by promotional interests rather than pure merit. It questions the legitimacy of any implied title shot for Pimblett. Cormier explained why Arman Tsarukyan poses the most dangerous threat to Ilia Topuria. He highlighted Arman's formidable size, raw strength, high-level wrestling, and strong striking. What truly makes Tsarukyan a real issue for opponents, according to Cormier, is his dominant top control. Cormier drew a compelling parallel, suggesting Arman's well-rounded skill set could replicate that game of Makhachev, capable of applying similar relentless pressure and control. This analysis paints Arman as a uniquely dangerous, well-equipped challenger. Arman Tsarukyan has made his intentions crystal clear. He is not interested in fighting anyone unless it's for the title or against Conor McGregor. Tsarukyan unequivocally stated, "No way I'm fighting before getting a title shot if it's not Conor McGregor." This firm stance demonstrates his unwavering belief in his deservingness for a title shot and his desire for either ultimate glory or an astronomical payday. He even added a confident warning to McGregor, declaring, "I'm a nightmare for Conor," setting the stage for a potential mega fight. Arman also addressed rumors of being wealthy and unmotivated, directly refuting them. He passionately explained, "People think I'm rich and I'm not motivated, but I work harder than everybody." Tsarukyan painted a picture of relentless dedication, stating he wakes up every day feeling like he don't have anything in this life and has to kick my ass every day. This personal insight into his work ethic contradicts any perception of complacency, reinforcing his hunger for success and his commitment to earning everything he achieves. The battle for lightweight supremacy is fractured. Ilia Topuria aims for a super fight. Arman Tsarukyan demands his earned title shot, and opinion on Islam Makhachev's place at the top is divided. The UFC is at a critical juncture, facing immense pressure to balance legitimate contendership, promotional opportunities, and mega fights. The drama isn't just in the octagon, it's in the rhetoric, challenges, and contrasting visions these fighters have for their careers and the future of the sport. The stakes have never been higher. Each fighter is carving out their own legacy, often by tearing down others. Arman discrediting Ilia's wealth, Ilia labeling Islam as boring, and various voices questioning Paddy's rankings create a volatile mix of personal attacks and professional critiques. This deep web of interconnected rivalries and strong opinions ensures the lightweight division remains one of the most compelling and unpredictable landscapes in combat sports. The next few months promise not just incredible fights, but Cushic revelations about power dynamics at. So, will Ilia Topuria defend his belt against his most vocal critic, Arman Tsarukyan, or pursue the controversial super fight with Islam Makhachev, shaking up two divisions? The future of the UFC's lightweight and featherweight landscape hangs in the balance, a thrilling narrative woven with ambition, perceived fakery, and undeniable skill. What do you believe should happen next in this unfolding saga? The stage is set for explosive events, as every fighter is fighting for more than just a belt. They're fighting for their identity and their place in history.